Hi, Warrior Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures with the Gnome Warlock. Today, we are just outside of Shatrath City, guys. Cleaned up our bags a little bit. Still some stuff I could probably get rid of. But we are heading down to the Bone Waste once again to do a little bit of questing today. Maybe we'll be able to actually finish most of the quests in the Bone Waste. Some of them we may need a group, so could try to get in a group for a few of them. Last episode we did the Escape from Durnhold dungeon. It's always a fun one, escorting Thrall. Even though we messed up on the escort a little bit. There's always somebody who messes up with the quest, and you have to, like, do it again. I was trying to, like, lead it to make sure we didn't mess up, but I guess I maybe went too fast. And one of the guys didn't pick up the quest. But it happens. So here we go. We got to get some Restless Bones. There's also been some more Classic Plus rumors, guys. So-called leaks. I think it's just people making stuff up just for fun. And I can see why that's fun, right? You get to, use your imagination and guess what's going to happen with Classic Plus. So this person went on this forum, I think it's called MMO Champion. I haven't heard of that, like, website a very long time. Probably like 15 years ago was probably the last time I used it. And this person said they attended a private marketing playtest event and that they're going to leak some things to the community on MMO Champion. So here's the leak here. So for the release structure and timeline, they believe Classic Plus will reportedly feature an initial launch separate from its seasons, with the first major block, Season of War, planned for early 2027. Let's switch to demonology. It should mean it would come out alongside of Wrath of the Lich King anniversary, which I think it's not a good idea. But we'll see what happens with that. And supposedly the seasons will act like bite-sized expansions lasting 3 to 9 months, themed around specific lore. And this is what the seasons will be. Season of War, Season of Goblins and Gnomes. I don't know if that would be an expansion. That'd be kind of funny. And Season of the Forsaken. So like I guess an undead Forsaken themed expansion. And the content is meant to be evergreen, which means you'll always be able to go back to it. There's always going to be stuff to collect that's still, like, relevant. Sort of like how it was back in vanilla with, like, Molten Core and Blackwing Lair. You're always going back to the content to check it out. And for the class revamp and design, the design bridges the gap between Vanilla Classic and Season of Discovery, so it's going to be sort of a mix of the two. It'll incorporate balanced versions of SOD playstyles. This guy's just beating me up here. I didn't have a thought up on it. There we go. We finally got our shard. Yeah, a balanced version of SOD playstyles toned down to scale. So, not as, like, extreme as SOD became. Probably be more like phase 1 or 2. Phase 1 SOD was great. I've said that like tons of times. I really enjoyed Phase 1 SOD. It was just the right amount of extra abilities to make it still feel like you're playing vanilla. And supposedly they may feature 4th specs for some classes where applicable. And they're going to have events, some fun events like the Blood Moon PvP event that was in SOD. Something that people can just do throughout all the expansions. That event was pretty cool. It's like a world PvP event. You like collect blood and then you like summon some like I forget the name of the boss, but he was it took like the whole server to take him down almost. And you would get a lot of good gear. Sort of used as like a catch-up mechanic. You actually get a little bit of loot from the Blood Moon event. I didn't really take part in it too much. Because I played my Orc Warlock in Phase 1. And then I decided to switch to Alliance. And I played a priest, a dwarf priest, for the 2nd phase. So I kind of missed the Blood Moon stuff. I wouldn't have missed it if I was on my Orc Warlock, though. I just wanted to switch to Alliance. Just thought it would be cool. But yeah, seems like the horror's been pretty chill today. For now. Just collecting shards here. Yeah, for new content and playtesting. Claims to have playtested a snippet of content as a pre-made level 40 group using cross-faction mechanics. Interesting. Launch is rumored to include new zones, new dungeons, including Demonfall Canyon and a new raid. I wonder where that would be. Is that in Ashenvale? Would that be where Demonfall Canyon would be? Maybe? Let me look it up. Well, this is where I guess it would be. There's this place in Ashenvale, like over here. You have to go across the river. Like in this area here. A lot of like Burning Legion demons. Where is Demonfall Canyon? Oh, Southeast Ashenvale, yeah. Exactly like that. So, pretty much exactly where I was pointing at. It's like over here in this little area. Supposedly it was a dungeon in Season of Discovery. I think I might have done it. It's been so long. Maybe, probably not though. Kind of wish I played more SOD, to be honest, but I got too involved with the anniversary. Terrabus the Cursed. Should we just kill these? We'll go turn this in, and then we'll go down here. Fight some Dreadfang Widows. We need to actually get Doom Skulls, I believe. Not too sure how much we have. Yeah, I guess that might have been an extra dungeon they added in SOD. So there's going to be new class and race combos, like a Night Elf Paladin, Undead Paladin, Undead Paladin will be a thing. Maybe. Undead Hunter, and potentially a Troll Warlock. Due to the berserking racial.
Deserve to die. The death they would have wrought on others is
That's how you know it's probably not real.
Cannot hope to
Undead Paladin.
in Terok's grasp, but we shall deliver them a devastating blow in the name of the light.
Alright, so we'll take the item that sells for the most. Looks like it's the doesn't really matter. We'll take the wand. They're pretty much the same price.
Colony to the southwest, known as Baolithic, Terok's minions are attempting to befall their avian brethren before they hatch. The dark sorcerers of Lithic encase eggs in a shadowy curse. When the hatchlings emerge, they mindlessly serve Terra. Travel to Baolithic and prematurely break the eggs before the curse has time to seep in. Even if you are too late, you can put down the tainted ones. Remember, the light shines brightest in the darkness.
And supposedly the game won't have like a strict, doesn't have to be canon at all, doesn't have to make sense, so I guess that lines up with the Undead Paladin working out. The thing is, retail's kind of at that point too, right? Like, do they have Undead Paladins in retail? I know they have some pretty crazy class combos in retail now as well, like Tauren Rogue, like such a it's a really funny combo. That'd be pretty cool to play. But it's going to be like an alternate stories / timeline. And they won't have a beta, which I actually hope happens. I hope we just kind of, it's just like a surprise launch or something like that, you know, or there's just a launch with no beta. No one can really prepare for it, so it's sort of like a brand new world for everybody to jump into. Are the hatchlings in here? We have to use something here. No, you just have to redeem the hatchlings. Collect cursed eggs to spawn them. Oh, okay. I wonder where we get the eggs. Here they are. These little nests. Try to get a few here. Some sad news about Steam. happened, I think yesterday. Supposedly increased the price of the Steam Deck. Just some pretty bad news for Steam. Because, it's put the Steam Deck in a territory where it's like, why would you, like, purchase it over some other options, right? Like the PS5 Pro or your own personal PC. So the 512 gigabyte OLED Steam Deck went from $549 USD to $789, and the 1 terabyte OLED went from $649 to $949. So quite the price jump there on the Steam Deck, which makes people wonder, how much is the Steam machine gonna cost if the Steam Deck is going up by that much? Like one more egg. Some people are speculating that it's probably going to be at least like $1,500. Another thing that's crazy is that a Steam Deck now, like the OLED version, the 1 terabyte OLED, is more expensive than a PS5 Pro. Like, I would buy a PS5 Pro over a Steam Deck like any day. Yeah, it looks like it's another win. That's like a win for PlayStation right there. Potentially a win for Xbox if they come out with a competitor to the Steam Deck and it's like at a competitive price or even a similar price but with just better hardware. And finally, we got a malevolent hatchling. .007 First Light came out. I'm not too sure how well it's going to do. I really only just seen a clip of this guy was trying to like drive a car around. He's trying to crash into somebody, but they couldn't, like when he would crash into them, they wouldn't fall over. So people are saying that the game's, I guess physics is messed up, or they're kind of being lazy. But not, I guess, I'm not really sure how to take that, right? Like, maybe not all games you're not supposed to be able to just, break everything and do whatever you want, I guess. I'm not too sure what 007 First Light is like. I'm not too sure if it's like an open world style. Or is it more like a linear, 007 game like GoldenEye where you just do missions and stuff. Like, if it was just missions, then I really wouldn't mind it as much. But if it's like an open world game, then I guess you would kind of want to have that that option to let people just, be creative and do silly stuff out in the open world. That's what made games like Skyrim a lot of fun. all the like silly stuff you could do in Whiterun. That's a dragon board. What do we need? Just one more malevolent hatchling? This might be the last one. Probably not. There's a few here, right? Oh, I actually got hit with that chain lightning. I thought we were far away. There's somebody flying above us. I kind of hope there's no flying in Classic Plus if it comes out. Well, it's probably going to come out. But when it does, I hope they get rid of flying. So this is kind of ridiculous how you can just like fly, like zip around like that. It makes the world so small, man. But it's convenient, right? Like if you're just trying to get things done or farm gold, helps out. It's great for farming. And it's also great for avoiding world PvP. Like if you can fly, you can kind of just avoid world PvP completely. Especially as a druid once you get flight form. All you have to do is just get out of combat and just instant cast flight form and you're gone. Night elves are really strong for that because they can just shadow meld, right? And then they're out of combat and then they just shadow meld into flight form and they just fly away. What the heck? It's gonna get kind of weird here. And a lot of phase hunters here. Like Juggin's okay. Let's let the dots tick while we heal them. And we got the fell armor buff. I put that up before we switched specs. It still stayed up, which is cool. So we don't have this as demonology. Increases the amount of health generated through spells and effects by 20%. Increases spell damage by up to 50. Do a little bit more damage. And we regen a little bit more health with the buffs. Pretty cool. Wonder if it's better than using Demon Armor. Demon Armor's a little bit more mitigation, but I think Fell Armor's better. Just overall. Get 741 armor, which helps against like physical damage dealers. Get 19 shatter resist and 19 health every 5 seconds. It's not bad. I think fell armor's better. Guess it depends what you're doing. Hey guys, we got a Nightfall proc. A little bit low on health here, but I just wanted to use the proc before we missed out on it. Have some buzzard bites. Get 20 stam, 20 spirit from the buff. Another one. This place would suck on hardcore, man. Just all these warp hunters. They just come out of nowhere. You get ambushed. There isn't as many widows here as I thought there would be. It seems like there's like more of these phase hunters. Like it looks like on this map that there would be like a lot more widows, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I think this spot is probably the best. Okay, so this sucks. I'm not sure what we should do here. Could I kill them? I probably could. I should probably just kill them. Let Juggin get a little bit of a threat lead here. I'm gonna start attacking this guy. There we go. That's another thing in hardcore too, like sometimes you can just fight, you should just fight. Like sometimes running just gets you in a worse spot. Especially if you're in like a cave. You're probably not going to be able to run out, so you might as well just fight. Got a paladin here. Oh, man. I hate these warp hunters. Kind of remind me of rogues. Cool mob, though. They're sort of like the Panthers in Stranglethorn Vale. That's what makes that zone such a dangerous zone and hardcore for vanilla. I think hardcore is really just a vanilla game mode, to be honest. It's never really taken off from that version of the game. I'll go turn this in. I'm gonna try and see what it's like over here. I mean, you could still do like probably another escape during old set of calls. Even though we got the quests done.
It is grim work, toiling with someone's
Nice.
hatchlings. Yet ignoring the brilliant
bracers
evil would
right
be a bleak proposition as well. You have done well. Dal's favor shines upon your heart. Terek's perch Sketis looms above the bone wastes to the east. At the base of Sketis lies Vale Shalas, the most formidable of Terek's colonies. It is through the stronghold of Vale Shalas that Terek's forward sages wage war against the light. The evildoers of Shalas communicate with their master using a complex system of magical signal fires. Travel to the east, traveler, and extinguish the fires. Once Vale Shalas is silenced, we can begin to plot the fall of Sketis. But I get ahead of myself.
Alright, well, we got some upgraded bracers, I would say, here. It's one less intellect, 13 intellect, but it's got 3 more spell damage with 15 spell damage. And then it has 13 stam and 52 armor, 8 spirits, so probably put those on. And we'll get rid of the funeral cuffs that we got back in Lower Blackrock Spire. So that was, we were due for a bracer upgrade. I'm happy we got that. And the next quest is bringing us actually over here, Vale Shalas. We'll have to extinguish some fires. And we'll take down the rest of the Dreadfang Widows. But we'll do that next episode, guys. But as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.